Well, g'day everybody, and welcome to our first look of Lost Scavenger. I really wanted to look at this game because, to me, it has a whole degree of complexity beneath the surface in regards to a survival game. It's quite an interesting game. Now, I've had a little bit of a play. It's listed as an adventure indie RPG simulation strategy. It's in early access. It's developed and published by Rockby. Thank you very much, Rockby, for providing the channel with a key for me to have a look at this game. Lost Scavenger is a hardcore game about surviving in an open world that is overrun by the mist. You play as an ordinary guy that's fallen into an anomaly and found himself in a world that has been haunted by the mist for the last 30 years. How far can you make it in a dying world in which every step may be your last one? Would you be able to find the way to your home world, or will you adapt to live under the mist domain? There will be a link below for this if you want to check it out. It is a Steam link. It's in early access. It's $21.50 Australian at the moment, which is pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap for a game that has these complexities. Also, don't forget to hit like if you like this one, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't for more first looks. We do a lot of stuff on the channel. And just by hitting that like button, it really helps the channel out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new game. We're not going to do the tutorial. In the settings, I have turned the music off. The soundtrack is quite nice. So I suggest when you do play it, you will obviously be able to have the soundtrack on. I can't for copyright reasons. So let's start a new game. Now, when you start a new game, you've got character creation here, basically. We're going to turn off the game tutorial. You've got different characters which give you different advantages and different disadvantages. So, for example, a drug addict, the ability to have a good rest in any condition is good, is lucky, can't swim, has restless sleep, and has a fear of darkness. So that's not so each one sort of balances and stuff. Let's see, a criminal who has a high metabolism, so needs more food, but his wounds heal slightly faster. Now, wounds are a big thing in this as well. Has poor eyesight and restless sleep as well. You've got a doctor here who's perceptive, has extra skills in medicine, and is lucky but has a low metabolism. So they need less food, but the wounds heal slightly slower as well. Now, they have different. They also have different characteristics here. As you can see, +3 in luck, -2 in strength. And all these do come very much into play when you're playing this game as well. You've got an engineer. He's perceptive. He's a craftsman. He learns quickly, and he's very tiny, which affects his combat events as well. Now, we've got the hunter here, which is kind of a bit of a balanced one. Eagle-eyed, ascetic, and a hunter. So he'll do really, really well hunting. He's grotty, and he's got +1 in gluttony as well, which means he needs more food. So it's really worth looking at those things. Low metabolism for me is probably something pretty good. This is the cripple. -2 in strength, +3 in luck, eagle eye, deep sleep, so gets really good sleep. Very, very lucky. But increases time and energy consumption for movement, which is also a very, very big thing. You've got the policeman here, has fast reflexes, +3 in strength there, can't swim, and is absent-minded. So abstracted attention doesn't allow to find all the available objects, which searching is a big part of this as well. Tourist, -2 on luck, ascetic, and hemophobia, grotty, and is a loser. Luck usually turns its back on you. So I think what we might try is, I might try the doctor, I reckon. He's not very strong, but he's going to heal really, really quickly. All right, so there's our doctor. Let's name him Simi, and let's start the game. game loads up very, very, very fast. So now there's a lot of text in this, as well as it's just really interesting. You just have to watch, but quite good. The long day fades into night. The skyline burns out in the purple sunset, painting the town in warm crimson hues. Today, your patient also burned out in the same way. The disease devoured him in front of his eyes, and all you had to do was watch with clenched teeth. You park in front of your apartment complex and wearily rest your head on the steering wheel. You're so tired of your own helplessness. When you wake up, the car is surrounded by impenetrable fog. A repetitive rumble is heard from the haze, as if someone is throwing a brick against the wall. So you can get out of the car and go home, study the fog, and drive into the garage. Now, what you've got to understand is this is permadeath. Once you are dead, you are dead. So if you make a wrong move in this initial choice, then the chances are that you may die and have to start the game again. We'll drive into the garage. The headlights do not come on. The engine will not start. Barely holding back your anger, you go out and forcefully slam the door. With a pitiful creak, it comes off and falls to the ground. Your car looks like a rusty rattle trap that has stood in oblivion for half a century. Running out of the fog, you find yourself on a street littered with debris and abandoned cars. Empty shop windows stretch along the buildings. So you could go to one of the shops, or you could hurry home. Let's hurry home. In a sagging and ivy-sprouting building, your house is hardly recognizable. Some of the balconies collapsed, revealing huge holes as if from being hit by cannonballs. After taking a few steps towards the house, a menacing growl is heard behind you. So you can throw in the direction of the house, or you can turn around. I think we might run towards the house. Without looking back at the source of the growl, you run like you're on to your house. Thanks to a quick start, you have time to run into the hall and rest your whole body against the door. Something slams into her with a booming sound, almost knocking you off your feet. Then there is silence. So what we can do is we can go to our apartment, or we can search other apartments. Let's go to our apartment. The whole house has been long plundered. The door to your apartment is lying on the floor, covered with a thick layer of dust. There's nothing left inside that will remind you of your presence, just a couple of useful things. Looking out the window, you see several dozen monstrous dogs surrounding the house. They've smelled your scent and will invade you from minute to minute. Now, we can exit through the back door, exit through the roof, or look for another exit. So, again, choice-based. Up in the top left-hand side here, you can see our character. You can see our stats. We've got our health. We've got our energy. We have our hunger. We have our thirst, body temperature, stress level, intoxication, and mutation. And these are things that we have to really keep our eye on. Exit through the back door. Look for another exit. Wandering through the corridors in an abandoned house, you find a small hole in one of the walls. Since it's very narrow, you're not worried about the huge dogs will follow. Soon, the tunnel leads you to a street alley. Dusting yourself off, you do not notice the dogs nearby. The path is clear. Carefully leave the city. Winding through the streets and alleys familiar to you from childhood, you carefully move towards the exit from the town. From time to time, a prolonged howl and bark is heard. Successfully avoiding detection, you enter an abandoned highway near the city limits. On the walls of the surrounding houses, you see faded arrows pointing in one direction. Leave the town limits. A pale green field stretches in front of you. An old twisted power line stretch along the ashen horizon. The sky, like a corpse bag, is covered with knots of dark clouds. You will not recognize this world. Many questions whirl through your head, and there are no answers to any of them. Not yet. Completed. Leave the womb. You received 1 whiskey, kitchen knife, and an empty bottle. Okay, so you feel hungry. You need to find food before leaving this place. Now, a big mechanic of this game is to continue to gather resources and stuff like that. As your character, as a character, you do not have a huge amount of stuff in your inventory. So you've got some items on the ground there. We can throw that in there. We have an empty bottle there, which we can rotate and throw in there. That's going to come in handy. We also have an empty bottle there as well. And we have a lady's handbag, because who doesn't want a lady's handbag? There's the lady's handbag. And here is our jeans pockets right here. We've got weight, melee damage, and all of our stuff here. We have a health level, which I'll show you in a sec. Let's just maybe... I don't know whether we're going to be able to keep hold of this, to be honest, but we'll have to see. We're currently wearing a sweater, which gives us 1 protection, 30 thermal insulation, and the durability is 39 over 100. Our jeans are 26 over 100. They give us 1 protection as well. You can see you have armor protection here, gives you an idea. We're kind of probably down around the middle in regards to protection. Thermal insulation, our hands, our forearms and our hands don't have much, but the bottom of our legs do, and everything else is kind of average. In our health area here, this is our body. Now, this is one of the things in this game that really, really appeals to me. It is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. You'll get into a fight and you will be damaged. You need to bandage and repair yourself, sling yourself, and all of that type of stuff as you go through. We also have a crafting menu here, which we will go through as we do some crafting. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to search this area. So if I click on this area, now you have a rest, which is related to your energy there. We need to find some water as well. So what you can do now is everything takes energy. So for us to search this area once, and believe me, you can. I'll show you. I'll show you in a sec how long it takes. How long you can search an area for, although I wouldn't suggest searching for a huge amount of time. It's going to take 11 energy, and it's going to take us 16 minutes. So our time is going to move forward. At the moment, it is midday, and it's going to take 11 energy away from us to search this area. So we will search it. In one of the houses, you find a leaflet. Stronghold informs your nearest evacuation point is the Mitten Village. On a schematic map, indicated direction, perhaps there are still people there. Okay, so we need to infiltrate the settlement, which is over here. So that is our first goal after finding food and stuff like that. So let's continue to search this area. Okay, so we've found some stuff here. We've found some threads, some glass shards, some rags, and some scrap metal. We will search again, and don't worry that this disappears, because I will show you. I'm just keeping my eye on my energy here. I'm going to keep searching this area until we get down to maybe about 40% or 45%. We'll probably be okay. So we've done a big search of the area. So if we go into our inventory here now, we can see everything, all the items that we have found on the ground. Now you can hover over them. There is an empty tin. There is an empty bottle. There is some spoiled food. There's some rags. We definitely need rags. We've got bandages, and we've got antibiotics and healing ointment, which is an absolute bonus. And the reason why we've got those is because we started off as a doctor. But I would probably suggest, that we maybe get rid of one of those. Actually, just put that up there. Maybe put that bottle of whiskey. That's going to come in relatively handy, because what I want to do is I want to grab those rags. Rags are going to be very important. So what you can do is you can right click on these. We can tear these into rags as well. There we go. And we can stack those. Can we tear those into rags? Now, because they're a little bit more degraded quality-wise, they won't stack with those, because you'll notice those little dots there. What else do we need? Some threads is probably going to be pretty good, but we also need some glass shard. We can always come back and get the threads at another point in time. So for searching now, we're going to leave it at that. And what we're going to do is we're going to move out to here. Now you can see we can run. It takes 24 energy and 57 minutes. Or we can move. It'll take 16 energy, which is less, but it'll take longer to arrive there. But what we will do is we will move out in that direction. There we go. Lovely. Now, dehydration. So what we're going to need to do now is we're going to need to search the area a little bit and find some little bits and pieces, because we are going to need these little bits and pieces. So we've got an apple there, which is really, really good. We are starting to get a little bit hungry. We also have a grasshopper, which is raw food, and that actually gives you +2 hunger, which is good. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to go into our inventory, because we are near a water source and we should be able to collect water. Now that water is dirty. So the next thing that we are going to need to do, obviously, is craft ourselves a bonfire. Now what it'll show is it shows you what you require to craft those. And because we have searched, we have found enough materials. So what we can do is we can add those materials from the ground onto here, and we can craft that fire. Next thing that we can do now is now we have a fire and we have a lighter. You require a lighter for the fire. We can actually boil our water. So let's boil that up. Oh, not enough tools. What else do we need? Requires item with storage tank. That's right. All right, I forgot about that. Damn it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that bottle of whiskey down here. We are going to put those glass shards down here, put that down here, and we're going to have to move back into town, but we don't have enough. We do not have enough stamina. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to rest here for a little bit. Just rest for just a little bit. You can select how long you rest for. So we'll rest for an hour, which will hopefully give us enough energy to get back into here. There we go. My belly's getting a little bit full. So the first thing that I will do now is I didn't bring the food with me. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to search, and what we're looking for is a tin, which will be really good. So we can do that. Let's go to our inventory. Everything else that we've unlocked is there we go. We'll grab that. Everything that we've searched for previously is still on the ground, as you can see. That's a pretty good glass shard. Got some threads there, which we might actually bring the threads with us. The reason why I am getting that tin is because we are going to need that tin to be able to boil our water. Okay, so let's go back into crafting. Now we should be able to boil our water into the tin, in the tin itself, not the plastic bottle. Let's create that. There we go, and let's have a drink of that, which is going to help our thirst up. We'll drink quite a bit of that. Just keep my eye on the energy there. Okay, so that gets us up fairly well. So the first thing we'll do in the morning is we will do that again. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to rest, and I am going to rest until maybe 5 in the morning, I think. We can make one of those, which takes a little bit of time and energy. Make one of those, which takes a little bit of time and energy. That's just making a tent and a bed in this area. And that makes it out of resources that are sort of around on the ground and stuff. So we're going to have a sleep. All right, so we are rested. We are rested 100% now. So the next thing that we need to do the first thing that we need to do is we need to collect water. And we need to boil that water so that we have a supply of water there. We're going to have to look at a new bottle at some point in time as well. We should be able to throw that on here and still have it available now. We'll throw those threads down here as well. And we've got a bit of healing moss. We've got some mushrooms, which are raw food. Could be beneficial for health and sometimes not. It'll increase our hunger, or it'll satiate our hunger and increase our thirst, I think. So we could eat that. We've also got an apple here, which is probably a good thing to eat. So we'll probably eat that. I might try eating these mushrooms. And I've given myself diarrhea. Of course I have. Damn it. Damn you, Simi. And the other thing that we will do is we'll eat that grasshopper. Actually, we'll eat both of those grasshoppers, and we've got some berries there which we'll sort of hold on to. All right, beautiful. Now we've done that. The next thing that we need to do is we need to do a little bit of hunting and see if we can actually find ourselves a decent amount of food. We got ourselves a grasshopper, and that's it, which is pretty poor. Got ourselves a bird carcass. Quality 29. And we got ourselves a rabbit corpse, which is okay. All right, so we'll go into our inventory, and what we will do is we will butcher that, and we will then go into here, and we will, where are we? Cooked grilled meat pieces. So what we can do is we can cook. I think you can only cook one at a time, I'm pretty sure. So we will cook a few of those up, and then we're going to continue moving on. I would suggest, just for the sake of the video, we're going to continue moving on. I would probably stay around this area just for a little bit of time. You can also make needles out of those as well. So you've got to, because we've got some bone there, and we've got some thread somewhere. We did have thread somewhere. Then we should be able to make ourselves a needle, a bone needle, which is probably going to come in very, very handy. So let's craft ourselves one of those. There you go. And I think we can do another one. There we go. Yes, we can. So we've got 2 bone needles there, which are going to be really, really good. I'm going to eat some of that meat. I'm going to throw the bone needles into here so that we have them. We also have some black currants there. We've probably still got enough to make some other stuff, but at the moment, yeah, we've got enough threads and stuff to make some more of those. So I might actually do that. All right, there you go. I've made some more of those up. Where did they go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, they went straight into here. Now that's going to be really, really important when we come across our first fight. So I'm going to make sure that before we do leave here, that we are well fed and that we have plenty of food. We've got our rags there, which we are going to need to carry with us. We go into our inventory there. We were probably going to end up having to carry our bottle of clean water in our left hand for now until we can craft something else. At the moment, is there anything that we can craft that is going to help us out? A pallet sled would be absolutely awesome. We need a fur, and we need some rope and stuff like that. So that's going to be very, very hard to do, but that would be absolutely awesome because that would give us some storage to take with us. But we're probably going to have to wait until we luck out and come across an animal that we can actually kill. Crafting in here, big fur, piece of rope, and rope you can craft. You've got healing stuff here. Concoctions, you've got all your food cooking here. You've got some clothes that you can craft here. I think we've got a hat on us, and we can probably make ourselves a wooden club while we're at it as well. There we go, which will probably be good. Let's see, the knife gives us 4 to 7 damage. The wooden club gives us 16 to 24 damage. So I'm going to throw that in there, and I'm going to throw that in there, and that's going to come in handy. I'm hoping that we'll get into a little bit of combat while we're here. We do have a hat on already, which is pretty cool, so we can leave it at that. All right, the next thing that I want to do, what's my energy like? 41%. Next thing that I want to do is just move back into town again and just do a little bit of searching. I want to see if I can find myself another jacket or something of the like for that. Rags, they're good rags, but okay, no. I think we might rest for a little bit. We might rest, yep. It's daytime, so we'll rest for a little bit, get a little bit of energy up, do a little bit more searching, and then tomorrow morning we'll move out. So we've got another water bottle there. We've got a car here. Chance to crack open 60, chance to open 90, item tags, shelter. So that'd be a good place to sort of sleep for the night, wouldn't it? So we could probably try and do that if we wanted to. Let's do another search. Still not coming across anything worthwhile. Got nothing worthwhile in regards to, we can probably tear those up and hopefully get some decent bandages out of that to stack. Don't have enough room. What are we doing food wise? Let's eat another one of those. There we go, lovely. Perfect. Now we can try to break into that, and we were unsuccessful, and we've actually cut ourselves trying to do that. So we've got a little bit of a cut here. Now you can click on these, and this is where the medical side of it comes in. You can click on these. It'll tell you it's going to take 1 day, 8 hours and 59 minutes to heal. It's untreated at the moment. It's giving us minus 0.04 health rate and minus 0.2 in discomfort. Methods of treatment: stitch the wound. We can use a medical stapler, bandage the wound with rags, bandage the wound, or apply a medicinal patch. The other things that we can do is we can do the possible complications that you will get from this wound: dirty wound, chance medium, infection, complications chance short. We don't have any whiskey here, but we do have whiskey. We do have whiskey at home. So can we? Oh, sorry. So we'll go back into the medical thing. We will drag a bandage onto there, and we will bandage that. When we get back to the camp, we'll probably put that whiskey on. So we'll check that out. Now our energy is down again. What time is it? It's 1:48 in the afternoon. Let's rest for another hour. Let's rest. We won't get as much good rest if we don't have a fire going or anything, but it's given us enough energy. Let's do a little bit more searching before we get out of here. That's a small purse. That is a metal pipe, 8 to 13. I think our wooden club does a little bit better than that. Now it's also raining, which is going to hinder us a little bit. As you can see, we're cold, we are wet, and we are in discomfort at the moment. So let's do another search. There we go. We've got a whiskey there. So what we could do, I think what we can do is we can actually disinfect that. I'm not sure how that works. We could certainly have a drink of it anyway. That'll be nice, and we'll probably have a little bit more of a rest as well. I'm going to just have a drink of that, and I'm going to get rid of that bottle because this one here is a little bit better. Okay, that's good. So is there anything else that we are going to take with us? Don't think there is. Scrap metal, no. Don't think there's anything else that we're going to take with us for now. I'll just throw those glass shards in anyway. I'm pretty sure that we can't equip a second. Oh, yes, we can. Lovely. I didn't realize that you could do that. There we go. That's a new one for me. So in that bag, we're going to throw a couple of really important things. We'll throw that whiskey in. I might throw a spare lighter in there as well. We've got whiskey back there, so I don't think we'll take that with us. What else will we take? Got some more threads. We've got plenty of those anyway. That lighter is actually better, so we'll take that lighter with us. There we go. Which we needed another lighter anyway. That's probably about it, guys. I reckon. Don't know whether to try doing this again. I might try and break it again. Don't know what happened then. I'm drunk. And I fractured myself. You're crapping me. Damn it. Let's see. Left arm, we have a fracture. So we should be able to split that up when we get back to camp. What are we going to do? Got enough food at the moment. Just trying to figure out some inventory space because I would like to take this rope back with me. Although we can probably make some rope back there anyway. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll make some rope back there. There's a piece of rope, so we'll take that with us. And we'll take those threads with us, I guess. All right, time to head back. We've got 15. Let's just have a little bit of a rest until 4:30. There's an animal over there that we might be able to hunt at some point. Let's move across to here. And let's see if we can open that up for starters. We need to collect water. We need to go in there and we need to boil our water. Oh, no, where's our food? Right there. Let's boil that. Lovely. Okay, so that gives us our water that we need. I wanted to see if we can make ourselves a splint. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. Because I know that you can actually make yourself a splint if you need to. We don't have a stick. That's not going to help. Let's just do a quick search of this area. There we go. We've got some stick. We do have a big stick there. All right, beautiful. That's going to be handy. Let's do one more search while we're here. Got some rocks and stuff as well. Right. So there's a wooden splint. For a wooden splint, we need threads and we need branches. I don't think we've got enough branches. Oh yeah, maybe we do. There we go. Beautiful. So that's a wooden splint. So now we should be able to put that on our fractured arm now. Whereabouts are you, sir? Right there. There we go. Perfect. So that's going to help us out considerably there. All right. I think the only other thing that we can do is what have we got there? Medicinal root. There we go. So we can make up medicine stuff as well if we want to at some point in time. But I think what we're going to have to do now is we're going to need to rest until morning. So I'm going to do until 5 a.m. Okay, the beauty about this doctor is he sleeps very well, which is fantastic. So we've got thirst there. We are going to move on now. The first thing I'm going to do before I move on is I'm just going to have a drink of that. I'm going to get our thirst back up. And I'm going to collect some water. I'm going to quickly boil that water. We go into food, bottle of clean water. Let's boil it. There we go. Perfect. I'm also going to eat that to get our hunger back up. And I'm going to probably take that and take that grasshopper. And I don't think we can eat that mushroom. That's a poisonous mushroom. We'll take those black currants as well. It's stopped raining. Time to move on. So what I'm hoping that we can do is move across to that tile there. Actually, let's just... well, he can't swim, can he? It's going to take 49 energy for him to swim. Let's move across to there. Now, there's water over here. So we can move into there, and we are starting to get tired now. So what we can do is we can search this area and see what we can find here. We might find some stuff on the ground, which will be good. And then we can basically do the same thing, set up our camp and continue moving towards this first location. But look, guys, this is actually really enjoyable, and it's why I wanted to bring you a look at this. Remember, it is early access, and that there's a link below. But I would, if you enjoy kind of all of this micromanaging and this type of survival, this is actually really, really good. I haven't had any issues with anything as yet. Like I haven't come across a bug. It is a difficult game to play. I mean, when I tried it out initially, as soon as I went into the first dialogue, I died. I tried with a different character. I did the criminal. As soon as I went into the first dialogue, I died. Started again. Got straight out of town. Got into a fight with a wolf. Got like 3 bite marks and a cut, and I had to treat those straight away and stuff. So there's a lot of variation in it and stuff. But what you want to do is obviously there's a bit of a story to it and stuff, but it's actually really well done mechanically wise, like programming wise and stuff in regards to utilizing your resources and how you can. I don't know. It's just if it appeals to you, it is down below, and I would suggest check it out if you like this type of thing, because this is actually pretty good, especially at this stage. So I hope you like this one, guys. Anyway, hit like if you do, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I will see you guys in the next episode. And yeah, this, guys, has been excuse me, this has been Lost Scavenger. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Bye.